Welcome back, everybody. My name is Keith.
Hi, SM lovers. I'm Nick.
I'm Curtis.
And I'm Zach.
And this is Redemption Reacts. So today we have TAEMIN, Sayonara. I can't think of it. Was it Hitori?
Hitori.
Sayonara Hitori. Mm-hmm. I'm not reading, Japanese. So yeah. We just checked out the live. Live is fire. So now we jump into the video. I'm anxious to see what it was or what it is. I think I did see a good majority of this. It's pretty fucking epic. Let's get into it.
I think I got Mr. Lucas.
What happened?
Somebody got the Mr. Lucas. Got her. And of course, they would put TAEMIN in the clouds because he's an angel.
As I said, the wind whistling is a new element too.
Look, an angel fell from heaven. It's not every day you see that. Subscribe, jump on the Patreon for live version. I swear to God, I knew he was on top of a piano. I knew it.
I thought that was like a key.
I swear I was like, yo, he looked like he on the piano.
I love that reveal though. Beautiful That was so well served in the video with the production. Beautiful mascot.
Look like Cloud. They're dropping off flowers because he killed this shit.
That's incredible story.
Shit. I like the bounce, the chorus got that. I like that the productions go like, hey, like, hey. Sorry, Naira. Is there more? Fun fact, the moon came down just to shoot this for TAEMIN.
Got closer on purpose.
Yeah, fun fact, they actually shot this in heaven. TAEMIN's an angel, so he told God, was it cool if they did it? He's like, yeah, it's whatever.
It was his idea.
Yeah. Don't be a criminal.
That's what he wanted.
Need Redeemer's advice.
You just press the number.
101. We're not doing this just for views.
Hey.
Like, comment, subscribe.
I was gonna say you win.
You win. Oh no.
Motherfucker.
You son of a bitch. If you're subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and become a real redeemer today. Also, for content like this, jump on the Patreon where we literally did the live version of this. Fun fact, TAEMIN killed this shit. That's why he was in a casket during the video, because he bodied this shit already. With that being said, keep this fucking, the MV was God tier though. It, went from it looking to be the most craziest location ever to it turning into a video game. I joked and said he looked like Cloud because it looked like Final Fantasy VII cut.
And you were talking about the anime vibes too, as far as like, how that would fit with the live, and then, seeing the MV. I mean, it's incredibly paired.
It's a top 3 TAEMIN track in my opinion. I told y'all I love just not only did they kind of like go EDM on the hook, I feel like they did a lot to like fill up the room. They like not only like doubled or tripled his voice, I feel like they quadrupled it. The production got more open and wider. You can feel like those synths and other stuff, like they started playing with the digital like beats.
Yeah.
Do all those.
The polar opposite too, from that kind of piano build up, the instrumental ballad-esque, to the futuristic electronic kind of synth, if you will.
And on the live version of this on Patreon, we were talking about how like this has like I called it a ballad cyberpunk like vibe. If y'all have watched this channel before, y'all have heard us talk about how these cyberpunk-esque songs sound like nostalgia, yet also sound futuristic. So it's one of those things where 20 years ago, this would have been a bop. In 20 years, this will still be a bop. So I think that always like bodes well for everything. I love the MV. The CG work and everything on here feels like so good. Like it doesn't feel like they're in a green screen room, or it doesn't look like your latest Marvel shit show. So we stop. Sorry, Disney, don't kill us. I feel like the snipers is on the other roof.
It's a red dot.
Nah, but the CG or anything never took you out of the video. It always felt like
so cinematic.
Yeah, it felt so cinematic and like he was like just doing his thing where he was at and shit. So like fun fact, there is no CG on this video. He's just there.
I don't want to step on your point, but just to add a little tidbit, TAEMIN's MVs that we've seen have always been so incredible and so layered. Whether it's the wardrobe, the production, like everything just feels so intentional and purposeful. I don't doubt that this was the same in that regard, but it certainly lived up to even those expectations, at least for me. So it's like just seeing how well this is directed. I don't know if it is the same director or someone that they frequent with or anything like that, but it's like whoever this is, and certainly whoever films those other videos for him as well, whether you're talking to advice or idea or anything like that or want, excuse me. But basically just the cinematic eye that they have, for all this, and the layered storytelling all throughout. I would just love to be like a fly on the wall and just kind of hear those conversations and everything of how to portray this, because knowing that the lyrics and everything to it are basically, I don't want to say a simple goodbye or anything like that, but it's basically it's so open to interpretation that because it has so many applications, of course, that basically for them to choose to go this route specifically just feels so, I don't want to say like just against the norm or anything like that, but basically you could have seen it being like a someone in school or anything like that, and then like hinting at a relationship and then kind of walking away or something, the leaves kind of blowing away or something as they're walking away, and they could have kind of kept it in that sort of reality, I suppose. No, I get you. And it would have had like a similar meaning or anything like that, but for them to portray it the way they have here, and be as cinematic and be as against the grain, I suppose, it really is incredible. I love this MV.
That's such a nice way of putting it. I get what you mean, though, exactly. The whole, like, you don't want to say something this simplistic, because then people will take that and just be like, no, it's more layered. Obviously, like, the song is layered and stuff, but when you do hear it, you can think of, like, oh, okay, a regular director might approach this on some this what a typical video would be. We're gonna shoot the beginning, middle, end, blah blah blah. We're done. And somebody like TAEMIN is like, no, fuck this. This is gonna be epic. What
I mean is, to kind of add to that or to clarify rather, is
could be a planet-sized Death Star moon.
Basically, though, if a song lyric has like the last kiss or something like that in it, you might have like the vision in mind, at least on the first thought of like, oh, okay, you're gonna have two people probably kiss or something like that, or at least portray like some kind of like finalization in a relationship. For them to kind of convey it, the way they did here, and so artistically in that is just really incredible. And I'll speak a little bit more on that a little bit later, but just basically to say that the directing in this was really stellar.
Yeah, fun fact, they filmed this where Iron Man and Thanos fought on that planet.
Anyway, not a whole lot to say. The song is great. The video is dope. Well done. Love the match cuts. Love the locations that are not really locations. But all fire. Just kind of gleaned something interesting just watching the video. In the setting where he has the giant size Death Star moon, there's like two dragons floating in the background. When he's on a fire volcano, there's two Chinese houses, or Japanese style houses in the background.
He uses two a lot. Look at the two pillars behind him.
And then the two pillars look like two wolves' heads.
Yep.
Behind him as well, and he's always seems to be in the middle of them, no matter what the situation is. Even he's surrounded by two women, and when he's in a casket. So I wonder what the semblance is, or the symmetry is with that. If anybody knows like the story behind this, if this is on a soundtrack or OST is a soundtrack, or where this was maybe placed or what song this was probably used in, can help us out a little bit. Maybe get some context to the video. Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see it. But other than that, I thought this was fire.
Yeah, download. I'm about to jump and see what else is on there though.
Definitely agree with you guys. Definitely love the music video. Definitely was very cinematic. Love the match cuts. What I definitely loved about this is that in this music video, during that live performance, he took that white top and put it into the live performance and wore it on there. And just opened it up and let himself be free on the live performance, and I found that really dope. Other than that, this song is like really fire. I actually like this version better than the live, just because the production is a little better. You can hear it more clear, and his voice just a little bit more clear. But no, I definitely love this song.
Yeah, no, I completely agree as well. And it's, just to speak a little bit on kind of some of the things that stood out to me, at least in the music video, even from that, the camera up in the sky kind of descending shot or anything like that to him laying on the piano, just shots like that where it's like, you have it be like a heart and everything, or like the shape of a heart and everything. Because originally I thought it was like a cape or some kind of like, back of a jacket or something like that was like laid across. So that was, a great reveal for me as well. But the fact that you surround that in an environment where it's like there's nothing really growing, it's cold seemingly with the bluish hue lighting the smoke. So it's not sunny or pleasant as far as like happiness being conveyed. And then it's just like cold rock kind of around. I don't know if it's to seemingly say like a rock bottom or anything like that, but just to kind of convey that, like I thought they did a great job, and that's just in the opening shot. Having some of the shots as well, when they're talking about like, you see the molten kind of lava, but then they kind of intercut that with, you see like I want to say the violets, if I'm not mistaken, or at least the blue flowers kind of, being blown away and drifting away and everything like that. Basically, again, the loss of that love and everything, or the loss of, the potential of that love at least. So, and then to kind of match that with, the molten lava and everything like that to basically convey A, like you're in a hell of some sorts, and B, how that goodbye for that other person could be something that's potentially a positive thing as far as happiness, because you see them walking and you see the blue flowers around them, meaning like conveying, and I know that's in the lyrics as well, but just conveying that they're kind of walking away in that type of setting, where it's like a positive sort of thing for them to separate from you, and it's like a hell or like a death for you, him being in the casket and everything. Look a little vampire-esque as well, perhaps to convey like a living dead sort of thing or anything like that. The way his like hands were folded and everything too. But I thought like all that was conveyed really well, and the fact that she's laying the flowers like seemingly at his casket and everything, like but all that to say that the death of this relationship or the end of this relationship is like a death to you inside or something like that. So I thought all that was really well conveyed. Definitely love the styling aspects as well. The anime, if you will, the dyed hair and kind of all those sort of aspects. I don't know if that's to say like your darker self or whatever. But just I just thought all that was so well conveyed, and it certainly fits the vibe of an anime or a webtoon or any kind of things like that. So if it is an OST, just as Keith had said, I would love to kind of know what it's to or everything. And definitely the symmetry and the wolf design aspects that Keith had pointed out as well is stuff that's like we just know everything feels so intentional when it's with TAEMIN and everything, and we've been told so. So it just kind of lends to that speculation of thoughts and everything. So I think all that's really cool too. I don't know if that's like like lone wolf versus wolf in a pack kind of thing, if there is something to that perhaps, but just nonetheless, I just think it's a really interesting kind of way it's displayed, and the fact that a lot of this, at least I want to say, is green screen as far as like the certain effects, at least the backgrounds and everything like that. Though I'm sure they can enhance it with smoke kind of on the set and everything like that, or like little sand pits or something for the scene that looks like it's like a beach or anything. But the effects and everything that's done in here as well is really top tier too.
Yeah, it looks like this album is just on an album called TAEMIN. This is 2018, so I think this would have been before, or this would have been after like his first 2 joints.
Okay.
This is the last song on the album, which is ironic. The first song is called Eclipse. You keep seeing the moon in here. Into the Rhythm, Drip Drop Japanese version, Danger Japanese version, and Pressure Number Japanese versions. Those are on here as well.
Okay.
Mars.
That's interesting too, because if you name the album after yourself and everything, you can't help but think that there's a question of identity and everything, or at least a core theme within the album. So even if you associate your identity to like the goodbye of this person, or the goodbye of this person representing like some goodbye of like the person you knew yourself to be or anything, and you tie that in with other songs and a concept like that, I mean it just layers this even further.
I would even question if he released anything else in the Japanese market. Because if he has no other Japanese albums, calling it TAEMIN would just be the simplest thing and easy to recognize for a new market.
True.
As opposed to like TAEMIN, Blood of the Moon Lotus. Like I mean, okay, it sounds epic.
It sounds like all right album, no?
but like if I'm going,
I get what you mean.
Going to the record store or looking for it on iTunes, I want it as simplistic as possible.
No, that's true. But I think it can serve multiple facets for sure. So it's definitely really interesting, and both fits the marketing and if you had any kind of artistic intent, with something like that in the concept of an album. So I mean, it honestly, as simplistic as it really is a perfect choice. If you look at it either of which ways. But yeah, I mean, everything about this really was like a 10 out of 10 for me. I know I said that on the live because we had seen the live first and everything, but. Everything like the choreography, the vocals, the lyrics, certainly the production too. Again, balancing like those polar opposites and everything. Yeah, this definitely is one of my favorites from him as well. To piggyback off what you had said.
Yeah, jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Definitely gonna make sure y'all jump on the Patreon. Live version of this is up on there. A lot of stuff on SM in general is up on there that gets blocked. That can't even make its way to YouTube. We got more TAEMIN stuff coming, more shiny stuff coming. Key, Uni, and the rest of the guys too. But yeah, we love you guys. We're gonna holler at y'all.
Love y'all.
Peace.